We should start by debunking what is fake news. Because I think on the face of Itumbi and the others, anything that is negative towards them or anything they don't like is fake news. So there is also misinformation, or all the time he talks about alternative facts. I don't know what this alternative facts is all about. Because anytime, I have never seen a day that Itumbi will tweet and say, today the media got it right. But every day, it's always fake news and alternative news. And it's like a narrative that majority of them who don't like what the media does use that to put the media as incredible. And that is not the way to go. And he just talked here saying that he's a digital secretary for State House. Let him show us any tweet he has always put across debunking something about State House, because it's always about the deputy president. So I don't know if it is not part of the presidency, or I don't know. Maybe just tell us which office you fall in, and
first of all, I think I was about to raise something on the Standard, and I will not go into the smaller issues that are being raised here because I think you are thinking too low.
No, but I think she deserves a response.
Yeah, I'm going to give her a response with the newspaper she works for. Why Uhuru avoided Ruto at the airport? That was a headline of the Standard. On this particular day, Ruto was in Masailand, in Kajiado specifically, the entire day from 8 to 11. The president jetted in at 8 in the morning. This story was as fake as it comes. Now, we are being told if we call it fake news, it's just because we disagree. But it is a fact. Ruto was not at the airport. He never went to receive the president when he came back on this particular issue. In fact, I strictly think, and I know a lot of people listening actually agree, the Standard has become a tweet, the owner of the Standard, Honorable Gideon Moi, does not have a Twitter account. I think the Standard is his Twitter account. It is so personal that he has ended up putting up his opinions. That is why another day when there was a whole headline, they had to recall editors to come and change our old headline. That is, for the Standard, and I hope that is the last time I will mention, I particularly think the Standard is so used to fake news that they no longer see the difference.
Okay,
and
but
by the way, finally, the question that was posed by Obala was, do you throw around this word fake news when you don't like the headline? But I've given you an example. Let me give you another example.
Negative coverage.
You've given us that headline. Up to date, yes. We have not received a statement from State House debunking the same. Why is it that
we can write her, just a minute. First she says you work for State House, show us anytime you have debunked, then I talk. Then just a minute.
I've said no statement has come, no official statement has come.
Let him respond.
But I'm here now and you're saying I don't respond, I'm responding to you, this is fake.
Okay.
That's number one. Then number two, I want to give you another example if that doesn't work for them. Dennis Itumbi works for State House as a digital secretary. All the newspapers, and I can give you the dates, have clearly said that, and I'll open for you and read for your quote, that are we and a fellow other guys, Monyori Buku, James Morethi, David Nzioka, Eric Nieno, yes. We were kicked out of State House.
Yes, where do you sit? Yes. Where do you work out
That's what I asked.
Let me respond. You see now, they're asking now after writing the story, as a fact, and I'll give you quotes. Basically, respond, yeah. I mean, they have clearly said that you've been kicked out. No. We must expose the fake news.
You're debunking these myths.
So, when they wrote these stories, they clearly said you had been kicked out of State House. The truth is, and today NTV itself admits on their titling, that we sit and work for the presidency at State House. That's number one. Number two, fortunately, by tomorrow, both of these, the people at the Standard and the people at the Nation will have letters from lawyers for asking them to go to court and defend their position on that particular claim, because it's an outright lie. But you see, even in that case, nobody bothered to lift a call, ask the Public Service Commission, ask State House Comptroller, or even ask myself, or even ask Kanzedena whether we still work at State House. Neither the Nation Media House. No, you now want me to do your job.
Do you?
But the Nation,
you said you're responding now.
Yes.
Respond. Do you work out of State House?
Barrows, that question should not be coming from you. NTV in this press pass, on my titling down there, they're writing Secretary State House.
That's the title you gave us.
Are you saying it's fake news?
That's the title you gave us.
How did you invite me here? When you're thinking about inviting me, you're inviting me.
Okay. So
you see, because you've been very vocal on this subject on social media.
Come and see you as Dennis. If I want to have a chat with you, where do I get you?
State House. And that is, by the way, I wanted to respond to Macharia Gaido when he says when social media accounts of the presidents were brought down and he used a certain word to describe how the mess at the presidential
communication. Did you call it Tower of Babel?
Tower of Babel, yes, that's what he called. He borrowed another tweet from the Standard headlines. from Gideon Moy's tweet, which is the Standard newspaper. What he's actually raising actually came on press pass. When Njoka Waita tweeted and said that the account of the president had been interfered with and some people had hacked to,
unauthorized persons.
And Standard wrote a very beautiful story about it after talking to him. Has Standard ever bothered to go back to see what happened to the investigations? We are so used to fake news, it becomes normal.
But you're here now, so you can tell us. All right, I want us to take a break.
Just before you take a break, the nation itself started fake news in 1975. In 1975, a minister, GM Kariuki, was found murdered in the thicket. Standard Nation ran a story that the gentleman was in Zambia, and they sold that as a headline, whereas the man was lying dead in a thicket around here. In 2003, the tweet by Gideon Moi called the Standard ran a story around General Madenge and told us together with the nation that this is our war hero and he's here. We know what happened with that fake General Madenge. It is a continuous narrative of fake hype.
I think
Yes,
you're dealing with somebody who has some obsession with classifying everything as fake news. What he just learned the other day from Trump.
And ownership.
And let me, media makes mistakes. Everybody mistakes. Nation made a grievous mistake with that thing of JM in...
And did you call out the nation at that time?
Yes,
in Zambia.
1975 I wasn't born.
He was
No,
not
not 1975, but
born.
General Madenge.
Yeah, on General Madenge we called them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay? The nation made a grievous mistake with that one. There's no doubt about it. And other times they have made mistakes, or Standard has made mistakes, or everybody else has made mistakes. That happens in the media everywhere. But now to take some isolated cases and take it as a pattern simply because you're in a position where you don't like what the media is reporting about you or your boss or the person who's the political campaigns you run. It is totally dishonest. And it is also, again, indicative of the mess in this government's communications system, because it does not have a working communications strategy. It is either always firefighting, having the wrong people doing the wrong jobs, absolutely no strategy, just people tweeting off every day what they want, or going on public platforms, or on there is actually no communication strategy in this government, whether it is Uhuru's Jubilee or Ruto's Jubilee or the government of Kenya. All of them have failed dismally when it comes to
Okay, I'll ask you to back